Hey everybody, this is Bernadet. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really looking forward to this podcast. As you know, once in a while I make a podcast called On the Road. And if I make a podcast on the road, I'm always traveling, I'm in other countries or find other trade shows to go to. And so also this time I went to Madrid. Beautiful, beautiful city. Go there if you have the chance. Every street, every corner, there's something to see. I love the architecture. And as well, I also am very crazy about art museums, and you cannot do it in a few days. But anyway, I didn't wanted to talk to you about Madrid. I wanted to talk to you about Fitur. And Fitur is a trade show about travel and tourism, also one of the topics I really like. I think Fitur is the biggest trade show in the south of Europe. I don't know any trade shows in the north of Europe to compare it with, but this one is very international and it's a big name. And that's where I wanted to go. With all the trade shows I'm going to, they are always very international, on the market for a long time. Normally, they are very well organized, and so I really wanted to be there this year. And it was also probably the only trade show, well, one of the trade shows I was going to by train. Now, I don't have to explain that a train ride, a road trip in Spain, going to Madrid, of course, is a vacation on its own. And yeah, that was so wonderful. And the train was so modern, so new. Yeah, I was very surprised being there in 2.5 hours by train and so ready to visit Futur. Now, one of the things I didn't like that much was that I had to go in the city in a cab, and I was actually busy an hour in the cab. I was actually close to the venue, but it took me an hour, and then he had to drop me somewhere on the curve, and I have to walk another 20 minutes to get there because it was that busy. The whole city was crowded. Taxis are everywhere, the police was everywhere. It was so busy. So that was only to get in. Now, I have to tell you, IFEMA, the venue is from IFEMA, and they are well known about great organization, wonderful venue, nothing negative about IFEMA. So it's a top 5-star location. But Fitur is that popular. And so I had to walk, but it didn't matter. Sun was shining, and then I was in. Well, one of the things I admire about IFEMA, it's very spacious. So if you go there, there's a lot of space, and the stands are really beautiful. It's open, so there is like a walk, and like outside in the middle. The halls are on two sides, and there is a lot of space, also for the exhibitors and for the countries who are there. It's also very luxurious. I saw stands, and that was kind of new for me. There were stands who were having double floors, so there was another floor on top, and you can stand on the roof having a drink or having meetings. That was for me the first time I saw that, and I was kind of impressed. Yeah, that was very modern of IFEMA. So yeah, I really liked it. Now, another thing I really liked, and I don't have to tell you, of course, if you are in Spain, they can handle food. So outside the terrace, whatever even the junk food is from good quality. They had the pizzas, the paella, the everything. So I was really happy with that. About the countries, there were a lot of halls with different countries, and they had very big stands one of the most surprised part, I think, of this trade show, I thought, was the Middle East. I cannot, there were so many countries from the Middle East, and they had huge stands. One of the countries, for example, I was surprised by was Syria. Now, I'm just an European, person who have to get all the news from the media. So in my head, Syria was still a country which is recovering from a horrible time. So I was very surprised they were there, and I also kind of happy. So of course I visited their stand, wanted to know how things are going, and yeah, there were a few five stars hotel who had that stand together, and the five stars hotel were mostly in Damascus. And they were saying, yeah, we are doing fine actually, and it was a really good feeling. I really enjoyed meeting them, and I really was surprised they were there. And another country I was very surprised by seeing there was Lebanon. They were inviting me, of course. These people are always very, very they know hospitality. Let me say it this way: whenever you sit, you get a drink and you get your small, traditional snacks of the country, and it's like you have like this little vacation on the stands, and I really liked it. And for Lebanon, probably everybody knows that 2 years ago they had this explosion in the harbor, horrible, horrible explosion. But they are back. They are strong, and I love their presentations, telling them about the country. Can we work together? They are very open for business for all entrepreneurs there who likes to do something in other countries. I would really recommend Lebanon because they are so ready to have the new tourists coming back. They like to work with you. They are very open in what they offer, but also what they can do for you. So yeah, I was very happy to see the Middle East there, big time. So that was good. Now, what did I miss? Because yeah, I did miss something. I must say that that every trade show has a little bit difficulties to coming back after Corona, and sometimes you can see that, which is no problem because we were all in the same situation, right? So everybody have to come back from Corona, and I saw this here too. So first of all, what I missed was a good floor plan. Come on, a floor plan. You have to know where you're going. IFEMA is very big, so I was going for some certain countries. I had some meetings. I was walking, walking, walking. I asked somebody in customer service saying, "Do you have a floor plan?" And they just said, "No, we don't have a floor plan." And okay, that was to me a big no-go. No, no, that's something I think should be better next year, to be honest. I actually thought, why don't they have an app? It's 2023. All events have some kind of app where you can see where you're going and you can connect also mostly with the exhibitors, but there was nothing from that. So no floor plan, no app for Fitur. But I did also miss some countries. For example, one of the countries I wanted to go and I had actually hoped to see them there was UK, United Kingdom. We are planning a luxury week in London, and yeah, the first thing I wanted to do is get to know UK convention office or something in tourism to work with them. They were not there. They were not there at all. I asked customer service, and they say no, they didn't sign up this year. So I was actually flabbergasted. UK is not on Fitur. That was a shock for me. But what I also missed was actually, for example, Africa. Normally, there are always some African countries, safaris. I didn't see them. And I must say, while I'm talking to you, I realized that I think I did all the halls going there, all the big floors. I didn't see Africa at all. But I didn't have a floor plan. So maybe somebody can get back to me and say, hey, Africa was there, but you didn't find them. But no, I didn't see them at all. And I thought that's kind of weird because normally, yeah, Africa has so much to offer in tourism. And they also in travel, and that's a big part of the economy. So I actually expected them to be there as usual, but they were not there. Anyway, to be honest, I think that what I also liked here was that Fitur split their days actually in two. So you have 2 days for professionals, or 3 days maybe, and 2 days for public. And I really liked it because when I was going there, you can see they were all professionals. And they also had a hall only for professionals or from the industry. For example, they had software there for hotel industry or paying systems. So you could see that's really only interesting for people who work in the travel and tourism industry. But I did like it that they split it up. Of course, I was going to the professional part, but if I'm going on Saturday, having also the public there, that will be a crazy day. So I was very happy that I could go there only with the professional that day. I want to I always say with all my podcasts, I always want to have my own favorites, the winner. Well, to me, the winner for this Fitur Madrid would be Dubai. And I tell you why. Dubai had a great stand, but to me, they stand out in hospitality. You come there, people always know what they're talking about, very interested in your story, very eager to work with you. They are very helpful. What are you looking for? Even give you my card. I'm going to make sure that somebody else will get that card, or I make sure that they call you back. And I think that level of hospitality is not, um, um, something you always see. And I had to do a lot of business in Dubai because we have a luxury week in Dubai as well. And I think they were, for me, the winner. I felt so comfortable talking to everybody. Everybody gives them my card. I already sent them some information. I get an answer right away. And thank you note, like thank you for visiting our stand. And I think that deserves really some extra credit. That's definitely. Now, another one was, of course, Spain. They had a hall as big as you can, can make your mind up, but it was really big, and all the parts of the country were there, represented in the best way, having their folders. Yeah, that was probably also very great for the days that the public comes there, but very well organized. Yeah, so that's about it. I think the best stand for me was Dubai. I think that it was very well organized. I would love to come back in 3 years and see if continents as Africa or China or Singapore or the Far East is much more there than it was now. But it was a great day, and I must say that's so typical here in Spain. You walk there outside, there are a lot of terraces, of course. There are a lot of opportunities to eat and drink. And of course, the sun was shining, like always in Spain. And that made it to me a special day. So thank you, Spain, for that. And thank you, Fitur, for having me that day. And I hope that everybody being present on Fitur Madrid had a great trade show. Now, thank you so much for being here today. I'm actually having some new trade shows coming up. One of them is Barcelona Wine Week. Well, I don't know if I'm going to have a review of that, but I'm definitely going. And another one is, of course, Mobile World, which is all about tech and telephony. And I'm really looking forward to that one because that's a big market. And yeah, I love tech, luxury tech. So I'm going to see if there are new things on the market. I'm going to take our event journalist with me. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do there. So I hope you be there. And for now, with this review, I hope I inspired you to visit Fitur Madrid next year or the year after. But it's definitely worth it. It's a small vacation, really. So thank you for joining me. And for now, I hope to wish you a nice weekend and see you soon. Bye. Thank you for listening today. Please subscribe and share this podcast. Do you have a question or a story to share? Please find us at podcast@EuropeanLifeMedia.com.